Everybody, this is Justin here, and I want to give my thoughts on The Amazing Spider-Man. Yes, The Amazing Spider-Man is now out in Japan. I think it premiered in Tokyo last week, and it's now in some theaters in Japan as of yesterday, and it'll be in most Japanese theaters next Saturday, and then it's finally in America on the 4th of July weekend. And I just want to give out my thoughts, and of course, I won't give out any spoilers. All I have to say is, the Amazing and the Amazing Spider-Man should be emphasized in this. This is truly what this movie is. The first movie I thought was really fantastic, of the original Sam Raimi trilogy. I liked it. I liked Spider-Man 2 a lot more than the first one, and of course, like the majority, I wasn't really that fond of the third movie, but I felt, I did have some high expectations of a fourth one, but of course, you know, this new movie takes some idea of what could have been a fourth movie if it had a continuation of the Sam Raimi trilogy. But yes, other than that, I was very amazed with how they pulled this movie off. I think Andrew Garfield really captures a more wide range of emotions, and I think that his character, he really made the character more relatable, but at the same time, the movie does a great job of exploring how highly intelligent Peter is. Well, it really shows. Well, the original Sam Raimi trilogy, it tells you that Peter is smart, but this new movie, it shows you that Peter is smart. That's what I liked about it. And how he kind of handles his powers the first time, it kind of feels like, how a mutant in the X-Men TV series or movies or comics handles it, the whole puberty, situation. Like, at first it's kind of out of control, you don't know how to control it yet, but eventually, you know how to work things out. And that's pretty much, well, of course the first Spider-Man movie did this as well, but they really paced it more in this one. And I really did enjoy the dynamic of the relationship between Uncle Ben and Peter in this one. I thought Martin Sheen, he did, a good job of playing Uncle Ben. I think he did a good job of representing what it means to be the blue-collar worker and how he compares himself to Peter, who's this super genius and all that stuff. And of course, Sally Field, I thought she looked a little young to be Aunt May compared to the original actress and how she is in the original comics, but I thought she did a good job portraying the character. She's really appropriately maternal. She's always trying to take care of the family, and of course, she and Uncle Ben do a good job of portraying that, they're just a regular middle-class family. They're trying to be parents, and I know I don't want to say this, but, there's a certain line in this movie that really made me appreciate, how they did the relationship between Uncle Ben and Peter in this one, even though, of course, they do have their issues, like how a teenager and his or her real father or father figure would have. And, unfortunately, okay, I'll give away one spoiler. Peter does not work for the Daily Bugle, so there's really no J. Jonah Jameson in this. And but instead of J. Jonah Jameson kind of being the antagonist of, the moral antagonist of Spider-Man, it'll be Captain Stacy, who is kind of the moral antagonist of Spider-Man. And I thought they did a good job of exploring that. And also, I thought the Lizard was a very terrific villain. I thought Dr. Connors was great. I thought that he kind of really had this certain eccentricism, that a mad scientist would have, and he kind of had it. They really portrayed in a very realistic sense of like why he would go insane and all that stuff. The CG was just incredible. The action, was really unpredictable. Very, I won't say unpredictable, but very spectacular. Really captures the essence of the comic, and really overall, this movie just kind of brings the Spider-Man movie franchise to a certain kind of creative direction that I felt that it really needs to have. And I really have high hopes for a sequel now. Of course, if you watch the movie, you get an idea of who can be the next villain and all that stuff. But other than that, I enjoyed this movie than the original Sam Raimi trilogy put together. Some people may feel differently, and that's cool with that. Some people may disagree. We all have our opinions. I mean, I thought the last Sam Raimi trilogy, was decent. 3 really ruined it for me personally. Of course, some people think 3 is a good movie. I wasn't really fond of it. Um, but anyway, um, you know, of course, anyone who's a Spider-Man fan, whether it be the comic, the cartoons, or the movie series, or the Disco Mania TV series that had the porn theme, and the Japanese series, or the Spider-Man manga, anybody who loves Spider-Man should just simply watch this movie. Of course, it's a reboot, and of course, we already know the story, but it does make it fresh. And of course, the Avengers doesn't come out until August. Dark Knight Rises doesn't come out till July here. But I'm glad this is a good year for superhero movies. I mean, I feel bad that I'm almost 30, and now these movies are coming out. And I was reading these comics and watching the cartoons 20 years ago. I was thinking to myself, man, what if they made movies of these? And now, there's these movies that are out, and they're like, very excellent quality. And, at the same time, it does make me feel old, but at the same time, it does make me feel young. And I think, people, my age or older who grew up on those franchises maybe feel the same way too. So, yeah. Please watch if you're in Japan, and if you haven't seen it yet, please watch it now. And if you're in America, happy Independence Day. And Spider-Man, he represents the red, white, and blue. I mean, come on, he wears those colors, white eyes, red, blue costume. Yeah. But anyway, I'm looking forward to The Dark Knight Rises and to the Avengers that are coming out, later in Japan. So, thanks for watching.